What is up, guys? Wasp here. Today we're going to be doing a hero discussion on Faceless Her. This was by request, so might as well go do it for all my viewers out there. So Faceless, part of the Forest faction, my favorite faction. She's an assassin. Assassins are mediocre right now in the game. They're about average, kind of like middle of the pack. Let's take a look at her stats. 51k in the health. A little bit on the high end for assassins. I did see some that are a little bit higher as always, but she is going to be a lot more than your regular assassin. 67k on the attack. That seems pretty standard for assassins. I noticed this trend that assassins usually have between like 6700 to 7000 attack. So that's about average. It's about normal for assassins. The armor 894. That is surprisingly high for an assassin. That's almost 900. That's like some of your warriors almost. So her armor is pretty good. Speed is also pretty good. Anything over 800 is pretty good. Normally heroes have between like I would say it's like 785 to 800. So she's going to be outspeeding some heroes. So that's pretty nice. Take a look at her skills here. Nether Strike deals 200% attack damage against 2 random backline enemies and extra 40% damage each round for 2 rounds when attacking mages. It cannot be dodged. So right off the bat, anti-Mickey, anti-Mirage, anything that like dodges, it's gonna take them out. For the attack, she's going to be landing a huge attack. 200%. Can't talk today. 200. Oh my god. Every time, man. Every time. Okay, let's try this again. 200% attack. That is of her base attack. So she's going to be getting quite a big of a boost here with this Nether Strike, damaging 2 random backline enemies. And like we all said, backline enemies, they usually tend to be squishy, so which is pretty nice. So she's going to be taking out their attackers, taking out lots of guys, doing some dents into their backline, which is something I'm a fan of, and backline is something you should always be targeting. That's where all their damage comes from. Extra 40% damage each round for 2 rounds when attacking mages. So she's going to be an anti-mage uh, character as well, which I do like. Mages are like running rampant right now. It's a mage meta. So definitely this could be useful. Well, it is useful. 40% damage. I'm telling you, with these mages like Flame Strike and all these overpowered mages running around, taking them out as quick as possible, like with this bonus damage, can save your life. And the fact that it can't be dodged is just the cherry on top, so you don't have to worry about missing. Demon Hunter. This is basically the same as Demon Hunter, I believe, which is kind of funny. Yep. Demon Hunter's 30% crit, 90% crit damage, 30% crit, and 40% crit damage. That's very odd. Like, literally, like, I think they're the same name. Demon Hunter 2. Yeah, I don't know why them two are different. Anyway, this is just her stat boosting skill. It gives her 30% crit chance, so she's going to be critting a lot more, which is very nice. And then adds extra damage to those crits, and usually crits are 150% damage. So it's going to be doing 190% damage with the crit, which is very nice. Big hits. Weakest of the pack. Normal attacks target the enemy with the lowest HP. I'm a fan of this skill 100%. I know many heroes that do have this skill, and I'm telling you, they're the ones killing their attackers, because usually because what I do is I target the backline, so usually their backline's gonna be very weak, and I usually have like weakest of the pack heroes to finish them off, which is very nice because and it's all happened to y'all before. You're so close to killing a hero, they have like a sliver of health left, and then that hero just ends up being the one destroying your entire team. It's been like that with Flame Strike with me. Like I had her down to a sliver of health, and she ends up just taking out my whole team, one shotting it. but weakest of the pack. Uh, this makes sure that you attack the weakest enemy. So, or I'm sorry, the lowest HP. So that won't have to happen. And you don't like randomly hit something that has like full HP when you need to take out, your priority target. Toxic Attack 2. Each attack has a 50% chance to poison the target, dealing 50% of her attack each round for 2 rounds. So every time she attacks, it's a very straightforward ability. Every time she attacks, has a 50% chance to poison the target, and that poison basically just does 50% of her attack for 2 rounds. Pretty decent. So her basic attacks are going to be very, very strong. You have the boost from Demon Hunter. She's going to be targeting the weakest enemy, and she has a 50% chance to poison them and deal half of her attack. And after those 2 rounds, that's, one full attack because it's 50% of her attack. So that's going to be like attacking twice in a row. So you got basically an extra attack in, with the 30% crit and 40% crit damage, attacking the weakest enemy. She's going to be finishing, she's going to be your finisher quite often a lot, which is very nice. And she's very quick too, like I said, 814 on the speed. So she's going to be finishing off the enemy before they can even move, which is very nice. Nether Strike. Oh, I would also like to mention that she is like a little bit tankier on the assassin side, so she will be having a big effect on finishing games, just because she can last longer. Last until like the end game with her tankiness. She's not gonna die like right off the bat like Thale, or I know she's not an assassin, but like a very frail, a very squishy hero. Anyway, Nether Strike, like I said, this also targets backline. Good for finishing, good for putting a dent in, using Nether Strike, and then, weakest of the pack then afterwards. Basically, her whole skill sets is basically around targeting the weakest, their attackers, trying to come as quick as possible before they can move. Very nice. Way I would build her, like any other assassin, just all on attack. There's really no reason to build her tanking. Sure, he has, some bulk to her. But, yeah, no, overall, I think Faceless is a relatively, average assassin. I don't think she's the best assassin, but she's definitely high up there, and she's good for, like, beginners as well. I see a lot of beginners and, starting players have her, which is very nice. Keep her. She can definitely help you out there. Overall opinion, like I just said, very good assassin. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give her, let's say, I don't know, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm gonna give her around a 7. Um, Only reason I'm giving her a 7 is because I feel like she could be a little bit stronger. I mean, this can be boosted up to a 75% chance, in my opinion. This, I don't know why this is different from this, but it is what it is. I feel like it should be the same, since it's basically essentially the same ability. So that can be boosted up to 90% crit damage, in my opinion. This is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a really solid skill, but I just feel like, and same with this one, but I just feel like this can be boosted and this can be boosted a little bit. Um, Overall, though, very nice champ. Or, I'm sorry, hero. Like I said, it's gonna be a while before I get this League of Legends out of me, but very good champ. Thanks for the request. Like I said, if you guys got any other requests, anything you want me to cover, I'll be happy to do it for you guys. Thanks for watching.